Welcome, Warriors, back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2. And I hope you guys are doing well on this great day. It is warrior weather in the Midwest here. 13 degrees, I think I checked the last time. And nice weather. After a nice cold shower this morning, ready to go. Keeping on our purpose, keeping on the way we should be doing things, and I hope you guys are also keeping on your plans and purposes. I'm hitting 549 days, so tomorrow I think I'll do a video on 550, maybe a brief one, just kind of talking about 550 a little bit, just to kind of keep up to date and see how far I can go. Monk mode, I think I'm on 74 days or something like that. So we're moving ahead. And there's been challenges, of course, and you're always going to get temptation coming in and out. I had a couple of, young ladies who, obviously looked like they were interested in doing something more than just kind of, talking. So I just had to kind of move on. but I definitely had the sense that they were attracted, and I had to kind of move back and remember my purpose. So keep focusing on your goals, keep focusing on what you're doing and going that way. So, well, thank you for all the subscriptions, comments, likes, all those type of things, and it's greatly appreciated. And I hope that the channel is making a difference for some people. If one person's affected and can be helped by what I'm saying in my experiences all these years, that's wonderful. That's kind of the main goal. I'm just having a lot of fun doing it, so it's kind of neat to do it as well. All right, so today we are going to talk about, the title of this one is called Fear No One. And we want to talk about this because, fear is a huge type of thing. We talked about that a little bit in our last one, but I wanted to kind of expand a little bit on this one. I think that the parable and the story that I was saying before has made a lot of sense to me. And I keep referring back to it only because it's kind of the key idea in what we're talking about. And so this is the story of, I think, God and Satan, and I think it is. It may not even be the Bible. I'm not sure where this actually comes from, so don't quote me on this. But he's talking to God's talking to him, and he's got all these weapons at his command. And I think someone said, I don't think it was God. I think someone said, pick a card. And so he picks a card, and he picks the one that's the most powerful of all the weapons he has as a devil. And so the person who's doing it was surprised that he picked this one. And he said, why are you picking doubt and depression? And he said, well, that's the most powerful one. Because with that one, if I get doubt and depression, then I can actually use any of the other ones I want to. And that's the key to the whole situation in a nutshell, is that you're living in a life, and we're all living in a life, warriors, of faith as compared to doubt. And the whole idea is that faith is what is important when it comes to succeeding. And there's lots of types of faith, but the main type of faith is obviously in your Creator, and the fact that things will work themselves out. If you don't have that basic foundation and your faith is only in yourself, you're going to eventually fail because you're just looking at yourself as an idol or as a god. And I think that becomes a serious problem when it comes to trying to deal with life's ups and downs, as we all have, as we always will continue to have, because you cannot see the light unless you see the dark. And that's a very great analogy of how life is. You have to see both. You have to experience both to be able to know the difference. If everything was good in your life, you would not know anything that's bad. And if everything was bad in your life, you would not know anything that's good. So I think God purposely has us go through trials and different situations for us to be able to know the difference between good and bad. And so we get back to this thing about fear, is that when fear overcomes you, now you are scared of everything. And I think that's part of the key in why people eventually be overcome by temptation. And I don't care if the temptation is overeating. I don't care if the temptation is gambling or sex or watching pornography or drugs, all these type of things. All these things are weapons that Satan can use only if you have doubt. If you don't feel that your life is moving in the right direction and is following the purpose that your creator, my God, in my opinion, my God, has for you, then you're not going to be in a situation where you're ever going to be happy or peaceful, because you're always at odds of knowing what's really going to happen and what's really your purpose. And I think that's the kind of key. And so that doubt comes into your mind, and number of things happen, and that leads more to depression, and it led to suicide. And I had that feeling when I was 17 years old, so I know how that is. I know being on that edge where you're thinking about and contemplating those type of situations. So when you look at this, what you're doing is looking at trying to figure out, okay, how can I build faith? Because you don't want to fear anything. The ultimate goal with faith is to be able to not fear anything. That's why in the parables you had people who were, walking on the water, and these people were amazed that Jesus was able to do that. And people that the apostles were afraid because they felt like they were going to fall into the water. And I think, and don't quote me on this because it may be incorrect, but Jesus said something like, "Ye of little faith." And I think that's the whole key to being scared of things. You're more scared of things the less faith you have. The more faith you have, the more you know things will work out. And they're meant to be. And we're going through some tough times right now. Some people are standing up and saying this is wrong, and they're feeling the brunt of that. That is one of which is me. But the thing about it is that you know that things will work out. I have a lot more faith now than I used to. So I'm able to say, yes, I believe that things will work themselves out, and so I'm not afraid. I think it was Martin Luther King in a famous speech, "I have a dream," said, "I fear no man." I've reached the mountaintop. Well, I haven't reached the mountaintop yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting closer, especially through retention. I think the retention is getting you closer and closer day by day. But the thing is, you're going to go through ups and downs, and the fear is going to lessen and lessen and lessen. And that's the key thing that I want to say about this when you're on your plan and purpose. As you become stronger in monk mode, eventually what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and, at least is what I've had, this is my experience, and I've had a little different experiences because I'm doing it so much more later in life than a lot of you young guys are and young ladies are doing. So it's a little bit more different, maybe in my case, because I've been up and down for many, many years. But the thing that I'm experiencing is that you become stronger and less things bother you. You're not as worried about things happening. You know that the faith is there and that things will work themselves out one way or the other. And you got to have that faith internally. And that's when we come back to fearing no one, no person, no thing. Because you're not dealing really with people and principalities. You're dealing with spirits, right? You're dealing with spirits. You're not dealing with actual people. Even though, yes, the person you're kind of interacting with is a person. There's a spirits inside of these people that I think are truly evil. They're not evil people. I mean, don't get me wrong now. This is what I think I was referring to with Thelma the other day. They're not evil people. They have evil spirits within them at times, and we all do. We all do. The question is, do we allow that evil spirit to take control of us? And I think that's really an important factor to kind of consider. You have to be on guard. But people get tempted. They have doubt. They don't, some don't even believe in the Lord, and they have doubt. And so then other people tend to not have a lot of faith, little faith, and so they're in doubt. And then all of a sudden, when you're in doubt, all of a sudden these type of things come to the surface, and now you're dealing with something in a different type of realm. So I think it's important to recognize that we have to be able to be diligent and strong in this journey every single day. I always get my Bible out in the morning and I pray. I look at my cards, I look at what I'm trying to do, and I try to stay diligent, because it takes 3 weeks to build and break a habit, in my experiences. And so it's easy to go back and break a habit, but you got to continue with it. Whether I do my Fountain of Youth exercises every morning, every evening, or whether I'm reading my Bible, or I'm visualizing my goals, those things, I'm staying with it, because I know in the long run, I have faith those things will happen. So, and I've been blessed the last few weeks of things happening out of the blue, which has been very positive. And I thank the Lord for those type of things, and try to be as grateful as I can be for things happening. Because I think if you're grateful, more things will happen to you, because God knows you appreciate the things that He's giving you. So fear, my friend, is something that is really a dangerous weapon that the devil uses on us. And you have to be on guard so that you can fear no person, and you can live your life as a normal type person, because you're not running around in anxiety. I think the quote in the Bible, have no anxiety for tomorrow. And I think that's the key type of thing. But to get there, you have to build a lot of faith. And I believe, once again, go back to the basics. I believe it goes back to self-control, and that goes back to the 3 C's and all the things else we've been talking about. Trying to focus on something that is within you, and that's keeping your nutrients, your seed within yourself. So now you're more powerful, and that's where you become a lot stronger, and your connection with the Lord becomes a lot stronger. All right, guys, so fear no one. Warriors, continue to flourish. We're at 15 degrees now. Man, we're getting a heat wave coming in here today. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Battle on.